G'day guys, how you going? It's me again. This is going to be part 5 out of my Around the World horror series, so I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Today we're going to look at my Asian horror collection. Now for all of you Asian horror enthusiasts, you may be a little bit disappointed if you're expecting titles of the more extreme nature. There are some extreme films in here, but films like Nikudarama and Flower of Flesh and Blood, I don't have them. I'm not really a fan of the pseudo-snuff type of films, so once again, I do apologise, sorry to disappoint, but yeah, I'm more of a European horror collector, so my Asian collection isn't the strongest I have, but hopefully you still find it interesting enough. Now the first film is a South Korean film directed by Chan-wook Park. Now this isn't a horror film, this is more of a drama, but it's very disturbing throughout the whole film, and the ending is horrifying when the character comes to a realization, and that is Old Boy. So as I said, not a horror film, it's a drama, but any update or any video that I have featuring anything Asian has to have this one in there because it's such a masterpiece. So if you haven't seen this film, do yourself a favour, go out and see it. The cinematography, everything about this film is perfect. So, awesome film, and even though it's not a horror film, it's still very disturbing, and it has a horrifying, twisted sort of twist right at the end. So, definitely one to check out. Now this is another film of his, Chan-wook Park. This is more of a horror film. This is Thirst. This is a twist on the vampire genre. Cinematography, acting, soundtrack, everything once again perfect. Chan-wook Park has a real unique feel to his movies with the way he uses the camera. This is no different. This is a very good film, not as good as Old Boy. Goes for 129 minutes. I think it was a little bit too long. It dragged in some parts, but still a movie I would highly recommend. And if you're a fan of Old Boy, it's definitely one to check out because he does use similar sort of camera angles to it. But this one is more of a traditional sort of horror film, although it can double as a drama as well. Now this one I did a review of a while ago. This is one of the lesser known South Korean films, and this is called The Quiet Family. The director of this film has another film out called I Saw the Devil, very recent film. Looks very, very brutal, so it's definitely one to check out. But this film, it is more of a black comedy than a horror, but it does have a horror element to it. The family are really funny, but at the same time very weird and creepy. So this is a highly recommended film. It has flown under the radar. Not a lot of people talk about this one, but definitely one worth checking out. Now we go to Japan. Now you're all aware of the tragic events which occurred in Japan very recently with the earthquake. My thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Japan, and for people overseas in other countries with family in Japan, I wish you all the best, and may God be on your side and give you all the luck, and my thoughts and prayers are with you all. So to start off the Japanese horror collection, this is a Takashi Miike film. This is called Imprint. Now, for all of you guys who have seen this, you will understand when I say that the ending is twisted. I didn't expect it, and it was just really crazy. And for any Takashi Miike fan or Japanese horror fan, you've got to check this one out because it's one of the best. Takashi Miike at his best. He's an absolute legend in the Japanese cinema world. Now this movie isn't exactly a horror movie, but it's so crazy that once again you could probably call it a horror movie. Tokyo Gore Police, Japanese insanity at its best. Do not eat while you're watching this film because it will put you off your food. It's not such a disturbing sort of violence, it's just a really gross out violence. But some of the stuff that happens in this film is just so crazy. And it has a kind of scary atmosphere. Definitely one to check out for fans of extreme Japanese cinema. And this is an extreme film. Next one is, this is 3 shorts. We've got 3 short films in this one. One from Hong Kong, one from South Korea, and one from Japan. This is 3 extremes. Now I got this one from my friend in Sweden. Now this doesn't have English subtitles, but I still enjoyed it. And that's one of the unique things about Asian cinema, is that the visuals do a lot of the storytelling. So you don't really need the subtitles as much as you'd need, say, if you're watching European films. So the visuals are very colourful and they tell a story in itself. So Fruit Chan, who's a director from Hong Kong, Chan-wook Park, who directed Thirst and Old Boy, and Takashi Miike. So we've got Hong Kong, Korea, and Japan. The pick of these films for me was Cut, which was directed by Chan-wook Park. Once again, the camera angles, and I thought it was a really morbid film. All 3 shorts are very morbid. I think the most disturbing one would be Dumplings. the one from Hong Kong. But as far as quality goes, I think the South Korean entry was the best. But this is definitely one to check out. This is one of the more well-known sort of Asian horror films. As I said, this edition doesn't have English subtitles, but I could still tell what was going on. Next up is a film I got yesterday, got given to me, haven't seen it. This is supposed to be an extreme Japanese horror film, that is Living Hell. Looking forward to seeing this one. It looks pretty twisted, so haven't heard too much about it, but yeah, definitely going to give it a look very soon, and I'll be doing a review of it, no doubt. Another one I got yesterday, and this one interested me the most, and this is The Neighbour number 13. Apparently a story about a split personality, and yeah, someone going crazy. Once again, another Japanese extreme film, so really looking forward to watching this one. That's the thing with Japanese extreme, you don't know what to expect. Some of it is just really hard to watch, and that's why I like it. But as I said, the more pseudo-snuff type films I'm not really into. So now this one is probably the most well-known Japanese horror film, and that is The Grudge, Ju-on. Now don't watch the remake from America. I hated the remake. The original is the one to look at. The criticism I have on Asian cinema or Asian horror is that they do too many ghost stories, but this is really the first ghost story I saw from Asia, and it's definitely the best. It's not a brutal film, but it's just one of the creepiest films that you'll ever see. I really liked it. A little bit confusing at the start. Well, I didn't really know that they were going to and from each character, but once I saw it again, it really did fall into place. So this might be a film you have to watch more than once, but definitely a very good one. Very creepy. Now this one is called Pulse. Once again, this has been regarded as a very good movie. I think it went on for a bit too long, it dragged a bit, but the overall idea of the whole film surrounding loneliness I thought was very creative. And apparently this one has been made into a remake as well, but I'm not even going to bother with that one, so definitely one to check out. But if you've got a short attention span, then I probably would stay away from it. But if you want something different and it's going to make you think, this is definitely one to check out. My only criticism of it is I thought it went for a little bit too long. Now the last one in my collection, as I said it's only a short collection, is a Hong Kong film called The Eye. Once again, being made into a remake. Hollywood do not have any creativity left in them. But anyway, The Eye, didn't really enjoy this one too much. It is creepy, but once again, it's a ghost story, and it's nothing that I hadn't seen before, so I did like the overall idea of a blind woman getting some new eyes, and those eyes cause her to see ghosts. So that was interesting, but it wasn't anything sensational, but still worth checking out if you're into Asian horror. Alright guys, that's it for my collection. Once again, I apologise if you were expecting a lot more, but as far as Asian horror goes, I'm not that enthusiastic about it. So I hope you enjoyed these movies, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.